What's going on, y'all? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Machiavelli Mills TV. I almost sung the good morning song to y'all because my son watches Gracie's Corner so much. My mother. My mother recently celebrated her birthday, right? 51st birthday. Y'all, like, I want to give my mother her flowers today. My mama, y'all, I don't know what I would have done if I didn't have the mother that I have. A lot of people feel like this about their mother, but I truly feel like I got the greatest mother in the world. Like, I don't, if God can allow you to pick your mother, your parents over in this lifetime, I would pick Franny Girl from the south side of Chicago every single time, every day of the week. And I ain't saying it just for no views. God knew I needed my mother. That's the mother that I've always needed. Y'all, my mama was in lockstep with me. She stood in a pocket with me every step of the way. Every step of the way. You know what I mean? And I always thank my mother for that. But I really want to discuss the mama that I got. Franny Girl from the south side of Chicago, from the Robert Taylor Projects, building 5041. Love her to life. So my mother, y'all, taught me so much about life. Taught me compassion, having empathy for other people, how to love on your children with your whole heart, provide for them, discipline them to where they have a healthy fear of you, not an unhealthy fear. But at the same time, teaching, she taught me how to pour into your children in the right way and pour into their interest when it's a healthy interest. My mother really taught me about putting your children in an environment that will cater to their interests and help them grow and prosper. Man, listen, my mother taught me how to advocate for your children. My mama advocated for us like no other. We lived in the hoods of Chicago. I ain't saying it for no clicks and views. We was on 65th and Low in Inglewood, 48th in Indiana, 65th in Minerva, over east by Dro City where King Louis and them from, right? We in all these environments in these areas. We went to a magnet school. It was a Chicago public school, CPS school, but a magnet school, meaning you had to test to get into the school. It was a school with an excellent curriculum, right? We in the school, I learned to this day, I learned how to type without looking down in the third grade. Learn how to write in cursive in the third grade. Learn how to write a paper, a real paper for a high school level at least. By the time I was in sixth grade, I was learning Russian from kindergarten to third grade. I was learning French from fourth grade to eighth grade. And this school was not in our district that we lived in. She didn't allow us to go to the neighborhood schools. She sent us to a school on the south side with black kids, but she sent us to a school where the curriculum was a great curriculum where we would be learning a lot of things that would help us transition into high school greatly. And a lot of the stuff I learned in elementary school, I took that to college. You know what I mean? She didn't just allow us to go to the neighborhood school that was run down and terrible. She's like, no, I'm going to figure out a way for y'all to go to a good school no matter where we live at, right? My mother, y'all, I'm telling you, I watched my mama go without for us to have. You know what I mean? My mama, y'all, like, good, like, through the good and bad, the ups and downs of certain parts of my life, she stood with me. And she taught me how to be the biggest fan of your children. When I ran for prom king in high school, my mama went at her job printing out my posters for me to run for prom king, and I won. When I ran for Mr. Mississippi Valley State University, my mama printed out my posters in Chicago and mailed them next day to me in Itabena, Mississippi, so I can hang these posters up and these flyers up all around the campus so I can run. My mama was calling me when I won the thing. Make sure she calling me, tell me when you win. She's posting me up every single time, celebrating me in every single way possible, and I thank her for that. Like heavenly. Like I heavily thank her for that. My mama, for my sisters, she was at all our award shows, awards assemblies. We had a play. We had a something that we had to do for school. She was right there with us every step of the way, y'all. And like for me personally, y'all, it was a lot of instances where I knew I was so grateful I had the mother that I had. I told y'all I became a father as a teenager. My senior year of high school, 18 years old, right? Now, this is coming from a kid. I didn't smoke. I didn't drink. I'm from a gang banging city. I ain't joined no gang. I wouldn't get suspended from school. I've never been suspended from school. None of that, right? I was a good kid. I ended up having a child at 18 years old. And I know a lot of people wanted to say something to me, say something snarky, say something negative. A lot of elders wanted to. But because my mama friendly girl from the south side of Chicago, they didn't say nothing to me. They held their tongue from saying rude remarks to me because they knew they had to deal with my mama at the end of the day. My mama a pit bull, boy. She not finna play with you, especially about her children, especially when you're trying to disrespect her children. They knew not to play with my mama. And I thank God because I wouldn't have been able to handle all of that criticism, all that scrutiny from all these different adults, you know what I mean, at that young of an age. I thank God I had my mama standing with me in a pocket and saying, listen, man, I'm standing with you, Malcolm. This is what we doing? We doing it. I'm standing with you. And I thank God for her, man. When I went to college, because she still allowed me to go out to school. My mama was getting my baby on the weekends for me to make sure she still had a strong relationship with my child as she was growing up. And I was in college getting that degree so I can be able, because I was on a full academic scholarship, get my degree to be able to take care of my baby, to get a job to take care of my baby abundantly, in great fashion, man. My mama, y'all, my mama was taking us when she got her first job, when she got a job with United Airlines when we were like 5, right? Soon as she got that job, she took us we going on first class flights because you know they get flight benefits. We going to Disney World. We going to the Mall of America. We going to Washington D.C. We going down south to see family members. Alabama, Louisiana. We're traveling. We're getting that experience. My mama allowing us to see more than just the hood. You know, she taking us downtown to go to the Shedd Aquarium. We going to the museum, the Field Museum of Science and Industry in Hyde Park. We going up north Chicago, right? She taking us to a Bulls game if she can, right? She taking us to different little events and letting us see more than just the hood and allow us to take our brain and our mind further than what we was living at. You know what I mean? My mama, she knew what I was up against as a young black man living in the streets, living in the hood of Chicago. She knew the streets swallow black boys whole in Chicago. The streets will swallow young black boys whole. And my mama wasn't having it. My daddy wasn't having it either. I never wanted to be in the streets because I knew what my mama and them taught me about being a leader and not being a follower. I knew if I got in the streets, I had to deal with my mama and my father for sure. My daddy wasn't playing that shit either. But I knew I had to deal with my mama too. My mama, like, man, bro, like I was too embarrassed to do that stuff because I knew my mama was not going to let it. She wasn't letting that fly. My daddy wasn't either. But, you know, this video about my mama. You know, my mama and a lot of my friends, they didn't have mothers that was disciplinarians. Their mothers didn't know how to discipline them at all, right? Some of my friends, their mother just let them do what they gonna do because they didn't know how to control them, or they didn't have any handle on them. My mother, what? She put the healthy fear of God in me, but I also could come to her about anything that was going on in my personal life, and I thank her for that. She knew what I was up against in the streets of Chicago. When I was going to school because we got to take the CTA bus and stuff. Then I had to take a bus, the red line, and another bus to get to Morgan Park High School. I'm living on 86 in Euclid over east, right off Jeffrey by CVS High School, right? My mama telling me, you know, I always remember when my mama, you know, I know when I'm coming home, I got to walk past 30 dudes, 20 dudes by the liquor store, by the corner store and all of that. I'm getting up at the red line. It's 15 dudes at the red line stop. I'm by myself. My friends ain't living nowhere near me at Morgan Park or nobody, right? None of my friends in elementary school either. And she asked me, I didn't want to bother her with telling her, man, sometimes I'll be a little nervous when it's just me like that and all these people outside, all these dudes, and it's just me. I ain't never tell her. My mama looked at me and say, just one day we sitting at the table, do you be scared sometimes when you be outside? And I said, sometimes. Right? My mama just knew to have them conversations with me. She can sense certain things on me. And I didn't want to bring it to her because she got to worry about paying bills and all of that. My mama like, listen, it's okay to be afraid. It's okay to be scared. Just don't let them know that you're scared. And that's something that I took with me all the way because these boys in Chicago growing up will smell fear on somebody like a shark smell blood and water. But she let me know it's okay to be scared. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not weak for being scared. Just don't let them know you scared. Certain conversations my mama had with me, man. My mama, boy, listen, I needed that woman all my life. You know, she taught me about handling business, how to be a man, like how to handle your business when you growing up. When I say how to be a man, my father taught me how to be a man. But my mother taught me about like handling your business. When I got to school, I got to handle financial aid stuff and get my little book voucher to buy my books because my scholarship didn't cover my books or whatever, right? I still had to go to financial aid for my scholarship stuff. I don't want to talk to people. I'm 18. I want to put her on the phone. She no, Malcolm. Sit down there, talk to the people, listen. If you have questions, ask them, right? Ask them to explain it to you in the best way possible. You can do it. And I did it, right? Boy, my mama, man, I'm telling y'all, my mama come get my children. I don't have to ask her to come get my kids. She'll come get them. When I got my children, when I want my children with me, man, she come back, come get them. Hey, I'm in the area. I want to come back and get the kids some little treats. I want to come back and get them some McDonald's to eat. I want to come back and get them some food. I want to come back and just sit with them while you work. You know, I want to come back and see them. I want to come back and take them to the movies. I want to come back and take them to your grandmama house, right? Their great grandmother. I want to take them to your grandmother's house. I want to take them to their grandfather's house. I want to go over here. I want to come see how they doing. I want to come take them to the park while you working, just so you can get some air. I got that type of mama, man. You know, my mama would give her a shirt off her back for somebody. Sometimes she'd give money to people when she ain't really even got it. I got to tell her about that too. But it's just how selfless of a person she is. So it taught me about being selfless. She taught me and my sisters to bond with sisters and siblings to bond with each other, because that's all we got is each other. If she leave this earth, our Father leave this earth, we got each other. You know what I mean? And that stuck with me to this day. We got each other back through it all. And I learned that from my mama, man. We ride with each other. We family oriented. She keep the family together with family functions all the time. My mama hosting everything, man. And I learned so much from that woman, and I love her to death. Happy birthday, mama. Peace.